The trailer for Heartland Season 19 Episode 1 has dropped, and it is already breaking the calm with emotional surprises, family drama, and shocking hints that nobody expected. Fans who have followed this show for years know that the first episode always sets the tone for the entire season, and this time, it feels bigger than ever. There are moments in the trailer that look peaceful, but underneath that calm, there are cracks starting to show. And now, with some leaked spoilers adding fuel to the fire, it looks like Heartland Season 19 will test every character in ways we never imagined. The trailer begins with wide shots of Heartland Ranch, the land glowing in golden light, reminding us of the roots of this family and why the ranch has always been the heart of the story. But this peaceful opening quickly shifts in tone. We see Amy standing in the fields with a thoughtful look on her face. Her silence says more than words ever could. It feels like she is carrying something heavy, perhaps a choice or a memory that will shape her path in the new season. The trailer doesn't explain, but it leaves just enough space for fans to wonder if Amy is about to face a new emotional journey, one that could change how she sees herself and her family's future. Then comes Jack, the backbone of Heartland, shown sitting on the porch with a look that mixes pride and worry. For years, Jack has been the symbol of strength, but here his expression suggests he may be preparing for something bigger. Whether it is protecting his family or facing his own struggles, the trailer makes it clear that Jack's storyline will not stay in the background. His presence feels heavier, as if the family will lean on him again when old conflicts rise. Tim also appears in the trailer, looking restless, pacing near the stables. His body language screams frustration, and fans know when Tim is restless. It usually means trouble. The trailer cuts quickly, showing him in heated conversations. And although no words are spoken in the teaser, the tension is clear. It leaves viewers asking, what is Tim hiding? And is he about to make a decision that could pull the family apart once again? The trailer doesn't just show the main characters. Lou appears briefly, standing in what looks like the mayor's office, surrounded by papers and phone calls, giving us a glimpse of how her political career is still alive, but perhaps more stressful than ever. This quick shot tells us that Lou will be balancing her responsibilities once more, trying to manage her family life with her work, something that has never been easy for her. What makes this trailer powerful is the silence between the scenes. Instead of dialogue, the focus is on faces, on the quiet moments that carry so much meaning. Every look, every pause, every step hints at something hidden. Heartland has always been about emotions under the surface. This trailer reminds us that Season 19 will follow the same path. But with higher stakes, by the end of the trailer's opening sequence, it becomes clear that the calm is only an illusion. Behind the smiles, behind the peaceful ranch, there is tension waiting to rise. And if the leaked spoilers are true, then this first episode will not only set the stage, it will shock fans in ways they do not expect. After those opening shots of the ranch and the family, the trailer begins to drop small hints that are easy to miss, but carry big meaning. One of the most striking moments is a close-up of Amy holding an old photograph. The trailer doesn't linger long, but the shot is enough to spark questions. Who is in the picture? Just staring at it with such deep emotion. Some fans believe it could be a memory tied to Ty, a silent reminder of her past, while others think it might be connected to a new character that will soon appear. The fact that the trailer gives no answer makes it even more powerful. It feels like Amy's heart is about to be tested in a new way. Then, we catch a glimpse of Jack walking through the barn late at night. The light is dim, and his face looks troubled. This scene is important because the barn has always been a place of work, of family conversations, and sometimes secrets. When Jack is shown here alone, it suggests he is hiding his thoughts from the rest of the family. The trailer seems to say that Jack might be struggling with something he does not want others to know, and that kind of secrecy could create tension. In the family later in the season, there is also a very quick cut of Tim raising his voice. We don't hear the words, but the expression on his face makes it clear that he is angry. The trailer cleverly hides who he is speaking to, which leaves fans wondering, is it Amy? Is it Jack? Court, could it be someone new? Letting his emotions get the best of him. And this short but powerful image tells us that season, 19 might once again put him at the center of conflict. Lou's storyline also gets a hidden detail in the trailer. For just a second, we see her phone screen light up with what looks like an urgent message. The shot is so quick that it could be missed. But the way Lou reacts with a mix of shock and worries suggests that this message could be more than just politics. It might connect to her family in a way that changes everything. The trailer does not give us the answer, but it leaves us with a question. What news is so important that Lou looks shaken in just one glance? Another detail worth noticing is a horse running free in the distance, with no rider and no fence holding it back. For longtime fans, this image is symbolic. Heartland often uses horses to reflect human emotions, and this runaway horse might stand for freedom, loss, or even danger. The fact that the trailer placed this shot in the middle of emotional family moments suggests that this horse represents something bigger, maybe a sign that control will be lost this season, and that the family will have to fight harder than ever to keep their lives steady. Finally, the trailer ends its hidden section with a shot of all the family members standing together, but their faces are not calm. Each one looks like they're holding something back, as if the peace of Heartland Ranch is about to be broken. It's a powerful image, one that prepares fans for drama, love, maybe heartbreak right from the first episode. While the trailer gives us a glimpse of emotion and conflict, the real shock comes from the spoilers that have been spreading online. Some of these leaks are still unconfirmed, but the level of detail makes them hard to ignore. If they are true, then Heartland Season 19, Episode 1 will not just start quietly, it will hit like a storm. One of the biggest spoilers hints that Amy will face a new test with her daughter. Lyndy fans know that Amy has always carried the memory of Ty while raising Lyndy, but the spoilers suggest that Lyndy may start asking hard questions about her father. This would push Amy into painful territory, forcing her to balance honesty with protection. The idea of Lyndy searching for answers about Ty could bring back old wounds for Amy and set the tone for her emotional journey this season. Another surprising leak points to Tim getting caught in a decision that divides the family. According to the spoiler, Tim might take a risky step involving the ranch's future, something that Jack strongly disagrees with. This would not be the first time Tim's actions create chaos, but the leak says that this time the fallout will be bigger, and Jack's patience may finally reach its limit. If true, the very first episode could light the fuse on a family conflict that burns all season long. There's also talk about Lou's political career. It's becoming a real problem for her personal life. The spoiler says that an issue from her work follows her home, creating tension not just for her, but for the entire family. This would connect to the quick trailer shot of Lou reacting to a shocking message on her phone. If the spoilers line up with the trailer, Lou could be facing a scandal or crisis that makes her choose between her duty to the town and her loyalty to the family. Another leak that has fans buzzing is the possibility of a surprise return. The name hasn't been revealed, but the rumor is that someone from the past could step back into Heartland in Episode 1. This kind of return would shake the balance of the family and bring up emotions that have been buried for years. Whether it's a long-lost friend, an old rival, or a family member, the idea of a return makes Episode 1 feel even more unpredictable. The final spoiler making waves is about the ranch itself. There are whispers that something threatens the land, whether it's financial trouble, outside pressure, or even a natural challenge. Heartland has always been about the bond between family and the land they protect. So if this spoiler is true, the ranch itself could become the season's biggest test. This would explain the runaway horse shot in the trailer, a visual warning that control might be slipping away. All of these leaks may not be confirmed, but they carry the weight of possibility. If even one of them turns out to be true, Episode 1 will set the stage for the most intense season Heartland has seen in years. Every time a new season of Heartland is announced, the fans turn into detectives. The moment the trailer for Season 19, Episode 1 dropped, online spaces filled with frame-by-frame analysis, heated discussions, and bold predictions. Some of these theories may sound far-fetched, but history has shown that fans often catch the smallest details before anyone else. One of the most popular theories surrounds Amy's emotional scene with the photograph. Fans believe this is not just a reminder of Ty, but a clue that Amy may finally open up more about her past to Lyndy. The theory goes further, suggesting that Lyndy might even take her first real steps into carrying on Ty's legacy. This idea has gained traction because Heartland has always been about passing traditions from one generation to the next. If true, this season could see Amy and Lyndy grow closer, not just as mother and daughter, but as partners in a shared journey. Another fan theory focuses on Jack's late-night walk through the barn. Many believe this scene hints that Jack is hiding a health issue. His troubled look, the darkness of the barn, and his heavy movements have made fans suspicious. While this is just speculation, the idea of Jack facing a personal struggle is both heartbreaking and dramatic, making it a theory fans cannot stop talking about. If the writers go in this direction, it could create some of the most emotional scenes in years. Tim's anger in the trailer has also sparked theories, some fans think. His outburst is tied to ranch business, but others suggest it may connect to a hidden personal story. A few viewers believe Tim could be keeping a secret from his family, something he has tried to bury but can no longer hide. If true, this would explain the intensity in his face during that brief trailer shot. Fans are debating whether the secret could involve money, relationships, or even someone from his past returning. Lou's mysterious phone message has drawn heavy speculation as well. While some fans think it's a political issue, others are convinced it's personal. A growing theory suggests that Lou's work life might collide with her home life in a way that pulls her into a scandal or forces her to defend someone she loves. This idea is exciting because it raises the stakes beyond simple town politics. Showing how decisions made in the public eye can ripple into family life, the runaway horse has become the most symbolic image in the trailer for many fans. Some argue that it represents Lyndy's independence, breaking free from the shadows of her parents' past. Others believe it points to the chaos coming for the family and the ranch, a warning that no matter how hard they try to control things, life will find a way to break loose. The beauty of this theory is that it ties into the deeper meaning of Heartland freedom, struggle, the bond between humans and horses. What makes these fan reactions unique is how emotional they are. People are not just guessing about plot points, they are deeply connected to the characters. Every small shot in the trailer becomes a clue. Every silence becomes a possibility. The passion of the Heartland fanbase is part of what keeps this show alive after so many seasons. And with episode 1 of season 19, the fans are more convinced than ever that something big is coming. Something that will change the ranch and the family forever. The first episode of any Heartland season has always been more than just a beginning. It is a map, a silent guide that hints at where the story will take us in the months ahead. Or Season 19. The trailer and the leaks together suggest that episode 1 will carry clues about the family's future, their struggles, and the kind of choices they will be forced to make. It is not only about what happens in the premiere, but about the shadows it casts across the rest of the season. One of the biggest signals comes from Amy. Her thoughtful silence in the trailer, her connection to the photograph, and the spoiler. About Lyndy's questions all point to a season built on memory and legacy. Episode 1 may begin gently, showing Amy in reflection, but this reflection could shape the season's arc. If Amy is pushed to open old wounds, the entire storyline may revolve around how she balances honoring the past with creating a future for her daughter. The premiere could mark the first step in a longer journey where Amy slowly hands the reins. Of Ty's legacy to Lyndy, Jack's presence in the opening episode feels just as important. The barn scene and his heavy expression suggest that the season could build around Jack's hidden battle. Whether it is a personal struggle, a health issue, or a conflict with Tim, episode 1 may plant the seed that grows into the season's central test of family strength. Heartland has always used Jack as the steady ground, but if that ground begins to shake, the whole family will feel it. The premiere could quietly warn viewers that this season will not let Jack remain in the background. Tim's outburst and the spoiler about his risky decision also make episode 1 critical. If the leak is true, the season may set Tim against Jack and Amy in ways that split the family down the middle. This kind of conflict does not end in one episode. It grows, spreads, and creates storylines that echo through the entire season. By starting this tension in episode 1, the writers would be making a bold statement that this year is about division, about choices that cannot be undone. Lou's urgent phone message adds another layer. Episode 1 might not reveal the full crisis, but it will likely drop the first stone in a ripple effect that carries through the season. Whether the spoiler about her political career colliding with family life is true or not, the premiere will at least show us that Lou is standing at a crossroads. Every decision she makes after this will matter, not only for her, but for the people she loves most. Even the land itself seems ready to take center stage this season. The runaway horse and the rumors of threats to the ranch suggest that episode 1 could quietly mark the beginning of a larger fight to protect Heartland. The ranch has always been more than a setting, it is a character of its own. And if the land is at risk, then the entire season could build toward the question of survival. How do you hold on to something when the world keeps trying to take it away? What makes episode 1 unique is how it will blend peace with unease. On the surface, the ranch will look beautiful, the family will share moments of warmth, and everything will seem calm. But underneath, the first episode will carefully plant seeds of doubt, fear, and conflict. Those seeds will grow across the season, and fans who watch closely will recognize that the storm to come was already there. From the very beginning, Heartland has built its reputation on quiet storytelling moments of healing, family, and tradition. But every now and then, it delivers a twist so emotional that it stays with fans long after the credits roll. Season 19, Episode 1 seems ready to give us one of those moments. And the trailer's silences, paired with the spoilers, hint at shocks. Waiting beneath the surface, one possible twist centers on Amy. The trailer shows her in silence, holding a photograph. But what if this is more than reflection? Some fans believe that Amy could receive a letter or message connected to her past with Ty. Imagine the premiere ending with Amy opening a letter that changes how she sees everything, something that forces her to re-examine her journey and Lyndy's future. A moment like that would not only stun viewers, but set up a season-long exploration of memory, grief, and hope. Jack's scenes also open the door to a possible shock. The late-night walk through the barn, his troubled expression. If these are hints that Jack is keeping a painful secret, a health issue, a financial problem, or even guilt over a past choice could surface in the premiere. For years, Jack has been the steady foundation of the family. If episode 1 reveals cracks in that foundation, it would immediately shift the balance of the story. Suddenly, the protector would need protecting, and that twist would carry enormous weight. Tim's anger is another clue. His outburst could be tied to something the family does not yet know. One twist being discussed among fans is the idea that Tim may have made a deal behind the family's back, something involving the ranch, the horses, or even his own future. If episode 1 pulls back the curtain and reveals Tim's secret, the premiere would explode into conflict. A twist like this could turn the season into a battle between loyalty and betrayal, testing every relationship in the family. Then there is Lou. That quick shot of her phone lighting up might seem small, but in Heartland, small details often grow into the biggest shocks. The twist could be that Lou's message involves more than politics. It could be a personal bombshell. Maybe it's connected to her daughters, maybe to her relationship, or maybe it's news about the ranch itself. Whatever it is, episode 1 could end on Lou staring at that message, leaving fans desperate for episode 2 to reveal the truth. And we cannot ignore the symbolic runaway horse. Heartland has always used horses to mirror human struggles. Could be that this horse is not random at all. It could belong to someone important, maybe even a returning character. If the runaway horse is tied to a comeback, the premiere could deliver one of the most dramatic reveals the series has ever done. Imagine the horse galloping back into the ranch, only for an old face to follow it. It would shock the audience and instantly ignite the season with energy. The biggest twist of all, though, might be that the ranch itself is under threat. A financial crisis, an outside buyer, or a natural challenge like a storm could shake the premiere. Heartland has always been about holding on to land and family. In the face of change, If episode 1 begins with that kind of danger, it would set up an entire season about survival and strength. What makes these potential twists powerful is not just their shock value, but the emotion they carry. Every twist in Heartland matters because it's tied to family, love, and legacy. Episode 1 doesn't need explosions or sudden deaths to shock viewers. All it needs is a single choice, a hidden truth, or a returning face, and the entire season will be transformed. Season 19 of Heartland is not just another chapter in the story, it feels like the beginning of a turning point. Episode 1 carries the weight of memory, conflict, and change. And the trailer has already shown us that this season will not let the Bartlett-Fleming family rest in peace for long. Every scene we've looked at, from Amy holding the photograph to Jack walking through the barn, from Tim's outburst to Lou's mysterious message, has been carefully chosen to stir questions without giving answers. That is the true power of this premiere. It invites us to feel uneasy, to wonder what lies ahead, to prepare ourselves for surprises. The leaked spoilers only add fuel to the fire. If even half of them are true, then episode 1 could explode with emotional depth. Amy struggling to guide Lyndy through questions about Ty, Tim making a decision that divides the family, Lou caught between her career and her home, Jack carrying a hidden battle, and the ranch itself standing on the edge of a storm. These are not small threads. These are storylines that can stretch across the season, pulling the family in every direction until they are tested like never before. Theories from fans show us how deeply this show has connected with its audience. People are not just watching, they are searching, analyzing, and protecting the characters as if they were their own family. This passion means that when episode 1 finally airs, every second will be felt, every pause will be questioned, and every twist will spark conversation. Heartland has survived for so many seasons because it knows how to respect its fans, giving them stories that feel real and personal, while still surprising them with moments they never saw coming. What makes this premiere so unique is that it blends hope with unease. The golden light on the ranch in the opening scene whispers comfort, but the shadows in the barn, the silence in Amy's eyes, the runaway horse warn us that peace will not last. This balance of calm and storm is what Heartland does best, and episode 1 seems ready to deliver it at the highest level as the season begins. One thing is certain: Heartland will once again remind us why family, memory, and the bond with the land are worth fighting for. And while we don't yet know which spoilers will prove true or which theories will rise, the first episode promises to set the stage for an unforgettable season. So when the screen fades to black at the end of episode 1, don't be surprised if you feel both comforted and unsettled. That's the magic of Heartland. It makes us believe in love and strength while still reminding us that life is fragile, it's unpredictable, and sometimes heartbreaking. This is not just the start of season 19. It is the beginning of a journey that could change everything we thought we knew about Heartland Ranch.